In this video, we are going to show you the top 5 best cameras 2025. Cameras capture life's moments with clarity and creativity, ranging from compact point-and-shoots to advanced DSLRs and mirrorless models. With features like high-resolution sensors, zoom lenses, and 4K video, they cater to professionals and hobbyists alike, preserving memories and artistic visions effortlessly. I'm trying to list those based on price, quality, and more. Subscribe now, hit that bell, and never miss a product's review. Number 5. Sony Alpha A6000. Smoke and mirrors. Sony Alpha A6000 mirrorless digital camera is a successor of the Sony's NEX series single-lens cameras. Thus, it can be paired with any of the Sony E-mount lenses. What's more, this kit is supplied with Sony 16 to 50mm f/3.5-5.6 OSS lens that delivers from a wide angle to a medium telephoto field of view with the help of its adjustable focal length. The sensor has a crop factor of 1.5. In other words, to obtain a 50mm lens equivalent of full frame, you'll need to set the zoom at around 33 to 34mm on Sony A6000. Furthermore, the camera is conveniently compact and lightweight, even with the lens. So it might be a perfect camera to have with you on your travels or for shooting handheld portraits. Look at different angle. Usability-wise, Sony Alpha A6000 controls are very ergonomic. We like the option that enables AF automatically when you try looking through the viewfinder. The same sensor also auto-offs the larger LCD screen to save the battery, just like when you put a smartphone to your ear. Because of the mirrorless design, the camera doesn't have an optic viewfinder, but features 0.39-inch electronic one. However, it boasts 100% coverage and 33 degrees viewing angle, allowing you to see the high-contrast image with lots of details before you take a photo. What's more, 3-inch LCD screen can be tilted up and down at around 45 degrees, but not to the left and to the right. The buttons, menu options, and configurations are straightforward and easy to understand. Even so, you can always use the in-camera guide by pressing FN and then C2 buttons on the menu entry to see the tips about what it does and how to use it. Number 4. Canon T5 EFS. Looking where to start? Start here. Canon EOS Rebel T5 DSLR, also known as Canon EOS 1200D, is an example of entry-level camera done right. It has 18MP crop sensor with the ISO sensitivity ranging from 100 to 12,800, allowing you to shoot in low light without the flash. The controls are very straightforward. If you already own a Canon compact or DSLR, switching to Rebel T5 will take no time. 3-inch LCD screen is paired with a relatively large optical viewfinder. Also, it has a 9-point autofocus system. Despite being an entry-level camera, it can offer its user various quick settings for taking quality photos under different conditions. Shooting in RAW format is useful for detailed retouch and post-processing in the image editor on a computer. What's more, a single battery charge is enough for taking around 500 photos, an optimal number for a quick photo session with friends and relatives or a walk in the park. Capture the moment. The camera comes in a kit with a Canon EFS 18 to 55mm f/3.5-5.6 IS2 lens. It features an optical stabilization system that compensates all vibrations from trembling hands. If you want to take a photo of a dynamically moving subject, a child on the playground or a racing car, there's the AI Servo AF mode that can keep the focus on a target by pressing the shutter halfway down. In continuous shooting, the shooting speed is not too impressive, around 2 to 3 FPS, while the buffer can hold up to 69 images in JPEG and up to 6 in RAW before the speed drops down significantly, giving the camera time to process the photos. Number 3. Nikon D3300. Launching pad for beginners. With the recent release of Nikon D3400, the price of the preceding D3300 model has reasonably dropped. Therefore, it might be an excellent time to switch from a compact camera to your first DSLR. With the main difference of having a bit longer battery life, there's no other major reason to pay more for the newest model, especially from the portraitist point of view. In general, Nikon D3300 DSLR is an entry-level camera with a standard design. On the top right side, there are shutter release and on-off buttons, the mode dial, and some other control functions. The rear side features optical viewfinder window and a non-tilt 3-inch LCD screen with good brightness. Although there are a lot of quick setting buttons on the camera body, some of the options and effect modes can only be accessed through several menu entries, so getting used to it might take some time. Luckily, there's a thorough manual included in the box to guide you through every step of configuration. Aim and shoot. Nikon D3300 kit comes in the set with Nikkor 18 to 55mm f/3.5 5.6G VR lens. It's a zoom type with a variable focal length that will allow you to use it not only for portraits, but for scenery, nature, and other genres as well. The autofocus has 11-point autofocusing system for effective pinpointing the in-focus area that is imperative for highlighting your subject in portrait photography. If you have at least some basic knowledge of photo editing, we totally recommend shooting in RAW format instead of JPEG. That way, you can retouch the photo more effectively and add more filters, layers to it too. Number 2. Canon EOS 80D. Professional design. Despite the fact that mirrorless cameras are considered to be the successors of DSLR cameras, the later ones are far from being obsolete. On the outside, Canon EOS 80D digital SLR camera looks just like most of the bodies from the middle-range D series. It features flip-out vari-angle 3-inch rear LCD screen and a smaller monochrome display on top that is used for quick setting controls, while the main screen can be turned off to save the battery life. The mode dial on the left has a handy lock that prevents accidental rotation. In short, this body design and all of the control keys has an ergonomic design and placement. Yet, even without the lens, the camera is pretty heavy. Thus, some might want to use it with a tripod or a lightweight prime lens. Easy portraits. Compared to the previous model, the camera has got improved phase autofocus and more than twice the number of cross-type AF points. Thus, it can pinpoint the subject faster and simply better, which is especially noticeable in dim lighting. You can also try to set the focus by tapping the camera's touchscreen with your finger on the subject. It also has the anti-flicker feature for compensating the flickering light from electric lamps. The buffer can hold up to 100 JPEG and 25 RAW images in continuous shooting, allowing you to capture the smallest expression changes on your subject's face. To sum up, you can use the camera settings for indoor portraits in order to get crisp and sharp photos under any conditions. Usability and compatibility. Another characteristic that may interest both beginners and pros is NFC and Wi-Fi support. Number 1. Fujifilm X-T2. Let it snow. It might come as a surprise that the top camera in our review is neither Canon nor Nikon body. Yet we find Fujifilm X-T2 mirrorless digital camera totally worth its price because of the benefits that it can offer when shooting portraits. It has 24.3 MP X-Trans CMOS 3 APS-C sensor that captures a color-accurate image with a smaller number of aberrations due to a mirrorless design compared to many mirror-type bodies. Mirrorless technology also allowed a less bulky design. In size and design, it rather resembles compact cameras from Canon PowerShot G series or Nikon Coolpix P series than its larger SLR relatives. But Fujifilm X-T2 works with interchangeable X-mount lenses. Thus, you might use it not only with 50mm lens strictly for shooting portraits, but also mount zoom, macro, and other lenses as well. What's more, the body is sealed and has great weatherproof qualities. The housing is made of magnesium alloy for additional durability, while the lowest operational temperature is stated to be around 14 degrees Fahrenheit. This makes it a fine choice for taking with you on a ski resort or simply for capturing pleasant moments or for simple outdoor shooting in winter. What's in it for portraits? Fujifilm X-T2 body boasts Advanced X Processor Pro digital microprocessor that is reportedly 4 times faster compared with the previous X-T1 model. Thus, it can shoot at 8 FPS rate that may come in handy if you want to capture a person in motion or your subject is not a professional model.